Lori. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing something super fun in a candlestick. So we're going to make a little candlestick arrangement that you can use with a candle or really anything else you would like. So these are super fun to make, and we're going to be using this little styrofoam piece that you get at the Dollar Tree. These are perfect for this type of project. Okay, so we just have a nice candlestick. Okay, this is the top where you put the, and we have some super fun flowers from Festive Creations by Stephanie that we're going to use to add in here. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue so I can keep this in place. So you can see this fits the candle really well. Alright, and so what we're going to do is we're going to put this on here, and then we're going to put the arrangement around the sides, and then the candle will go up here. Okay, so you can put it in like this, which is really how it's made to be put in, but you can also put it on like this. So you can do either way. See, the candle is going to work either way. Okay. I think I am going to put it in the way that it wants to go in. So I'm going to get a little glue down here. Now, if you don't want to glue it in, you don't have to. There we go. Okay. So you can see what it looks like. Then I have kind of the range of different greenery and then some just kind of wildflowers. I also have a little bit of tulips. I'm not sure if we'll use those or not. I will have all of these listed in the description so that you can run over there and get them if you would like. This greenery has a little bit of white on it. Little white berries. It's super cute. This one I love because it's a very bright green. Let's get the tags off. Alright, we have a fern. Ferns are really great for these types of projects. We have bead grass. This is one of my favorite things. Love bead grass. Now this is a longer bead grass, but what you can do with it is you can push it up so that it's a lot more dense. All right, and then we have, these look like sunflowers. Okay, and then we have a purple flower. This is a daisy. Super pretty. And then we have this green. This is a blossom bush. Isn't that pretty? So these are going to really complement each other well. Okay, so purple and yellow are kind of opposite on the color wheel, so that means they're going to go together really well. All right. So I'm going to see. I'm going to pull these out because I want to use them individually. Okay, so we got our fern ready. All right. These, so you could leave them together, or it looks like you could cut it in two places. So you could cut in between here. I think we might do that. So then you have two pieces, because we'll definitely need some to go down, but we'll also need some to kind of come up. Okay, this one. This is just going to give us a little bit of bright and light in there. And these can be pushed up, so I'm going to push them up a little bit so I have a little bit more stem to work with. There we go. Okay. Cut some of this up. Now with this bead grass, you can also cut it into multiple pieces, or you can kind of spread it out. So if you want to do something draping like this, it's pretty easy to spread it out so that you can get that kind of effect. So I think we might kind of leave these pulled out. So you see how they're kind of stretched out so that when you do this, it kind of drapes down. So let's get started with the greenery. Okay. You need an inch or two. And what I like to do is go ahead and bend it. You want it to be bent because that's going to make it look more natural. I'm just going to dip it in some glue. I'm going to put it right in at the bottom. Okay, so we'll start from the bottom. Kind of going around. So what we're going to be doing is layering everything in. Okay. So I'm going over about an inch or so. Now I want to get all the way around, and then I can come back and kind of go in between those. Okay. Okay, so I went all the way around. So now what I will do is I'll go in between the ones I just put in. Okay. Okay, but up a little bit. This is going to help spread them out so that they're not kind of all clumped on one level. Okay. There we go. Just like that. All right. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to keep a couple to add in later if we need them. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. All right. I like to kind of do the bottom last so I can kind of see where it needs to go. Makes it a little bit easier for me. But you could do the bottom first. That's just kind of how I do it. Okay, all the way to the bottom. There. So you can see how it's already starting to take a shape. Okay. So one more. Then we're going to keep the others to put in later. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got our kind of shape started. Okay. One reason I like to put them at different layers is so that when I start adding in more greenery, you're still going to be able to see them because they're going to be in several points. All right, so we're going to take our bead grass, kind of bend it over so that we can get that nice draping effect. I'm going to put it kind of in the middle, like that. Okay, and then we will still have some of that fern kind of showing through. All right. All right, like this. Right, so kind of in the middle here. That. Okay, in the middle. I'm still going over about an inch or so. Pull these these up just a little. There we go. Okay, the middle. See how I kind of want them spread out? Okay. I think I'll do one more, and then I'll save this one to put in throughout. Okay. There we go. There. So you can see kind of how it looks. Okay. We do want it to kind of drape like that. Okay, so far we have a little bit of the bead grass, some people call it button fern, and we have some of our fern leaves here. Okay, so I want to put some of this in. This is great, what I would call ground cover, so it will kind of cover more up towards the base. And when you're working with greenery, it's a really great idea to do multiple colors of green because that's going to give it a more natural look. That really helps a lot. Okay, so again, kind of in between. All right, so about right here. See how that starts to build on top of each other, and then it starts to cover what's underneath it. There. So this is the one that we kind of cut in half. There. So you can see we took this one and we cut it in half. You could even cut it in thirds, but I'm just cutting it in half. Okay, so we're going to need one more. All right. Okay, so we're going to save this piece and maybe the rest of it. I always like to start with my greenery first. Okay, so you can see kind of how it looks now. All right, now we're going to put some of this white in just to kind of brighten it up. Okay. So there are 5 of these, so we're going to go over a little bit further. So kind of here, like that. You see how it starts to build on itself? Now you could put it down, draping more if you want. I kind of like mine to be more kind of up and around. It just depends on how you like it to look. There we go. All right, one more. So you see how we have multiple shades of our green and how that kind of makes it work together. Now, let's pull some of our florals in here. All right, so I do not generally like the leaves that are with the florals, so I usually just push those down and then cut off the flower because they just don't look natural. They don't look right, so I just don't use those. So we have plenty of greenery in here we don't really need. You see how they just kind of look, just they're too bright green or something. So I usually don't use those. I just kind of cut that part out. Okay. So with the flowers, okay, they have a little bit of greenery in with them. All right, and I'm going to start loading some of those in. So I want these to be shorter. All right, so they're out about 3 or 4 inches. Okay. These, so if you look at the difference, okay, this is just like one little clump of flowers. This has kind of like an elongated, so with this one, and it does push up, I'll kind of push these up and bend them down, and that will go into and be longer. Okay, so like this. Let me see how that works. And so this will work really well inside the arrangement, kind of in the greenery like this. Okay. Whereas these, since it's just one flower, they're going to work better up top. So you kind of have to look at the type of greenery it is to see where it's going to work best. So you see how there are several on this bush, so it just makes a perfect one to go in. And so what I'll do is get a little blue on it, and I'm going to kind of push my greenery aside and put it down a little bit low so that it's kind of just kind of coming down, kind of some out, some in. These greens are super pretty. This is super pretty. So you definitely want kind of a mix of different types of bushes. Okay, so kind of move greenery aside and put it in. See how that's pretty with that draping? These are also great to make for weddings. These make great these make great arrangements for weddings. Okay. I think we'll use 2 more. These are super nice. I love these. I really, really love the green one. This is really pretty. And I love that it has kind of the length on it, as a lot of the flower bushes do not. There we go. There. Look how pretty. See how pretty that is? Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so you can see, you can't really see anything at the bottom, but you can see the top. So now we need to work on kind of filling in and coloring up this top and covering the styrofoam. Now, if you don't want to put too much, you can put moss on these to cover the styrofoam. Okay, so I'm going to have some of these a little bit longer and some a little bit shorter. Okay. So I can't put them too long because the flowers are kind of up here. All right, kind of like this. Let's do a shorter one. Kind of in here. There. Do maybe one more longer one. So this has this kind of longer greenery on it, so we can kind of give it the illusion of a longer one. The big trick to these is layering. So when you layer these on like this, it starts to build up, and then it's going to give you a gorgeous arrangement, and it's really going to cover everything. Okay, let's get one more of these. Okay, this one we're going to do shorter. There. Now I'm going to put in some of this purple. So see the purple again with the yuck leaves. So we just push them down. Just use the floral part. Okay. These daisies are super pretty. Alright, now I'm going to push the daisies up. I'm kind of bend them a little bit. These are going to go all the way at the top. Okay, we're going to start kind of filling in this area right here. Okay. Alright, so I'm just kind of bending it up a little bit. Okay, and I can push that stuff up. Alright, that in like that. And this will start to fill in this little part and start to cover some of that. So you can see how you can push these up. And what that does and helps with is it makes it denser so that, you know, you don't see as much through it. Okay. That. There. So you can see how it's kind of spread out right now. Like this, and I can push each one of these elements up. Okay. It actually has way more stem, so I'm not pushing it all the way up, just some of the way. And then I'm kind of bending it upwards. Okay. Like that. I'm also making it so that the candle can sit in here nicely and not kind of flop around. You could also put really cute things in it. Like at Easter, you can put a bunny in the center. That looks super cute. And then when Easter's over, you take the bunny off and you put your candle back. Alright. Okay, so I am going over about an inch in between them. one more ought to do it. Okay. Then we have a couple left. There. Oh, that is so cute. Can you see that? See how pretty that is? So now we have this nice little spot for whatever we would like to put inside there. Okay. All right. Now I want to take a little bit of this green and kind of bring some of that to the top. A couple of these off. And then we're going to kind of split this bush up. Or we could just kind of push them up. Let's see. If we, no, I think I want to split it up because I think if we push it up, it's a little too much. All right, so what I'll do is take this piece that I cut. I just dip it in my glue and then I just let it kind of sit for a minute, and that'll just keep my flowers from coming off. Then I kind of just set it aside and let it kind of dry for a minute. Okay, so same thing. We could even do 3 because there are 3 on here. So let's make 3 out of this one. Okay. Alright. Okay, I want to put some of this green kind of in here. Just want to kind of bring it back up to the top. Okay. That's just kind of help pull the whole thing together. All right. I really love this green. It is super pretty. I'm really not even a green fan, but it's pretty. It's very light green. Okay, I want one more for right there. Okay. Just cut this top part off. There we go. There. Oh, look how pretty that is. Okay. So we still have some left. I have one yellow left. Let's see if we can. I have more than one yellow, but I have one yellow that's cut off. So let's see if we can fit this in somewhere. Yeah, right in here. There we go. Okay. That looks good. Okay, now. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a little bit of this greenery and just kind of fill in the edges a little. Okay. Kind of push it down. I just need short stems for this. and then when we put this in, you're not going to be able to see anything. Okay. See how pretty that is? All right, now. Okay. Now we can take the rest of our flowers and just put a few up in here. Okay. And then that'll be it. So we kind of go down and then up. Okay. Put my little glue there so it'll stay on. All right. Okay, now we're just going to start putting some of these in. So we want to have some color up top. All right, just kind of mix them. Okay, just like this. Just kind of mix in betweens. Okay. There. And there. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting them in where we put our greenery. And so what that greenery does is it kind of just fills in, and then we put the flowers on top of it, kind of like we did on the bottom. That helps just to camouflage some of that greenery that's inside. I mean the styrofoam that's inside. It just camouflages that. And it brings the colors back up to the top. It's going to make it look more like an actual centerpiece. If you didn't want to put a candle or anything, you could just kind of come all the way up like this. And just use it as an actual centerpiece, just like a straight out centerpiece. Okay. I love this. This would look so pretty at a wedding. Okay, so we have the whole thing filled in. All right, so now what I do is I will take my little leftovers here and I will plug any holes I see. So if I see a hole, I'll just take one of my ferns. I kind of see a hole right in here, so I'll just kind of tuck my fern in there, and then it plugs that hole. Okay. So I have a hole right in here. I think I will use one of my little green flowers for that. Okay. All right. Put fern up in this one. So that's why you should always leave just a little bit of extra just to kind of add in. Okay, we have this as well. One of the things you can do with this bead grass, very similar to what we did with the flowers and such, you can take individual pieces off, and you can use the individual pieces. This is also a lot of fun. These are also great fillers. Kind of. Like that. Generally, when I use this for a filler, I'm going to use one piece at a time. I find that it works a lot better if I do it that way. And I just use whatever pieces I have left to use. Like that. There. Okay. A little spot in here. There. Okay. I have two little pieces left. I try to just go ahead and use what I have if I can, because trying to keep little pieces around will start to overwhelm you. 1 minute and we'll look at the whole thing. So there is actually room in the center if you want to put your candle in or whatever you want to put in, or you can just leave it like this and have it as an actual centerpiece. Okay, so let's look how pretty that is. Isn't that so pretty? That is so pretty. I super love the green flowers. Okay, y'all have to tell me if you try this out. Now, you can get candlesticks in all different sizes. I wanted to do something that was kind of long and dramatic, so I did get a longer one. But you can get shorter ones and make smaller ones. But I love doing these. All right, y'all let me know what you think. And make sure to like and subscribe. And hit the bell icon so you know when we're going live and when we are uploading new content. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all. Thanks so much for watching.